Hi guys, so today I'm gonna do like a Sunday reset and like get ready for the rest of the week and like checking off what I have to finish for this week and then making sure I have everything set in place for next week. It's so nice today. It's technically spring now. It was spring on March 20th, so technically it's spring and it's really warm outside and the snow is starting to melt. It was really like foggy and gloomy yesterday, so I'm excited that it's actually warm out today. Like you can actually go outside without a coat on, so I'm excited to like go on campus this week and not freeze. Anyway, this is usually what I do every Sunday just to make sure that I'm done everything for last week and that I have everything in place again for the coming week. So I'm just going to take you guys through like what I do. I'm at the University of Toronto. I'm in my second year. I'm doing a major in human biology and a double minor in immunology and art history. So I have a lot of science-based courses, and then I have one like art history course. So I don't have too heavy of a semester. Last semester I was a little bit like heavier on the workload. This semester is still heavy, but it's just not as heavy, so I don't have as much stuff to do per class per week. But I'm still gonna like take you guys through what I have for each class and like how I keep on track and make sure I get everything done on time and get everything in on like proper deadlines. And just like stay on top of the work and the lecture material every week to make sure I'm ready for exams, because my exam schedules came out and I have exams, like I have both of my harder courses are in the first week of exams. One of them is like the first day of exams, and then one of them is like 3 days later. So I need to start studying early. I'm just gonna take you guys through like I guess my Sunday reset routine and like preparation for the week, since the semester is almost over and like my classes are starting to wind down. So yeah, I made a matcha. I was gonna go to Starbucks and get a matcha, but I got a new matcha like from Amazon and it came in, so I just decided to make one. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna start off talking about my desktop and how I organize it from the sticky notes app on like the MacBook. So I have a MacBook Air, and you can see here I have these sticky notes apps. So if you press it, you can create any sticky note you want. And then you can color code it, edit like the colors, the text, where you want it on your desktop. And so I use one sticky note for each of my classes. So I don't actually use the full name of my class. I just use like the main idea of what it is to keep me on track. So like my class name isn't art history, like it has another name. But I just put all of the weekly things I need to do for it under the title. And then I also put a separate subheading if there's a tutorial or a lab, and then I put whatever I need to do each week for those tutorial or labs underneath that subheading. And from the beginning to the end of the week, I highlight or like I bold everything that I've done, so that way every time I open up my laptop, I can see what I've done for the class and what I still need to do. So you can see here for my environmental sciences class and my art history class, I still have 2 final assignments that I need to work on and submit by the end of the semester. And today I'm going to be working on those 2 assignments just to get ahead, so that way I can stay on top of my studying for my exams come like the first day of exams. So yeah, most of the stuff for the week is already done, and I still need to do a few things for my art history class and my environmental sciences class. But once everything is done and I've worked on everything that I want to work on, I will unhighlight everything and fill in everything that I need to do for the classes for next week. So secondly, I use Notion for a lot of my organizational stuff for like the academic year. And if you watch my other video on like preparing for a new semester, I kind of walk through how I organize my Notion with my good notes to make sure like I have everything prepared. And so I'm gonna just kind of go through my first biology class that I have. So then when I scroll down at the beginning of every semester, I do this for every class that I have.
So I do one of these like tables for all 5 of my classes, and I just put in all of the stuff I have, right? So I have labs every other week. This is like the number of the week, and then readings for the week, and then these are the actual lectures. I also make mind maps at the end of the week for each lecture. I'm a very visual learner, so even though the material is already on like a lecture slide, I need to like put it in a mind map and have it organized in a certain way, so that way I remember like what goes where and like just like the topics, how they're organized. So at the end of each week, I'll like check off when I'm done the entire week, and I go and I look and make sure that I have everything. So that's what I do at the end of the week, to just make sure I have everything down. And so I have one of these for each of my classes. And then also my assignments, I have this assignments list and deadlines, and I just kind of go in at the end of every week and make sure that I'm on track to finishing everything. So I said I'd make these mind maps, and I'm taking a nutritional sciences course. It's online and asynchronous. So I'm just gonna show you how I do that, right? So there's 3 modules. Module 1 and Module 2 are already done. So I guess I'll just show you Module 1. If I go to Module 1, I have the lectures, which there's 4. And then every week I do a mind map, or like a summary note of just all the main ideas and how I organize them in my head, because if I organize them in my head, I can visualize that during a quiz or a test, and I kind of know where everything is. I don't necessarily write everything out because that's a little bit like redundant. I just organize it by taking slides from the slideshow lectures and putting them on like a separate sheet, so that way when I'm reviewing for tests and exams and midterms and quizzes, I kind of know like the basic structure of everything.
So that's like the main idea of how I make sure that everything for the week is done, like by Sunday afternoon-ish. Now that I do have 2 assignments still to start, and they're not due for a while, so I'm not like too stressed about it yet. So I'm gonna do that now, and then when I'm done those and like working on those, I'm going to like cross them off and make sure that I have everything set and in place for next week. So I finished all of the stuff I have to do for the week. So I started both assignments, and I also fixed both of my notes for 2 of my classes. The sun is like shining like really bright in my room right now. But anyway, yeah, so now I'm just gonna go over what I have to do for the week, and I'm gonna put that on my sticky notes, and I'm also gonna check off the rest of the stuff that I had to do on my Notion. And then that's basically it. Okay, so I finished everything. So basically the routine is just the sticky notes and crossing everything off and then putting everything in once everything is already done for the week before. My Notion, like checking everything off and making sure I have all of my assignments, lecture material, mind maps, and readings done. And then the last thing I do is before I go to bed, I go in like my physical agenda and I just go through the week, put in the most important things for like each day. So like deadlines, due dates, and then like if I have a meeting or like a volunteer thing that day. But yeah, that's basically it for now. I'm probably just gonna do some work for the rest of the day, maybe go over my lecture notes, and then like before I go to bed tonight, I'll just do my agenda.